Alright. So, we're going to keep going here. Where are we going to keep going, though? Okay, Pelion is just sitting there, all sad and alone. Well, not really alone. He does have Ardax with him, and World Devastator. So we got to devastate that ourselves. But first, there's more. They have 2 Endurances here and 2 MC90s. That fleet is kind of worrisome. But we got to get our stuff back together. That fleet could actually go and clear out Pelion. So let's do that with them. As soon as this gets here. This fleet, after it lost Serenity and Invisible Hand, it's not the best anymore. We'll probably have to absorb it into another fleet. Video ideas? I mean, I feel like after you did the "Why did Obi-Wan say why hello there" video, that there's no more ideas. Like, I don't even know why I'm bothering to do a lore channel anymore. You've already covered the most important topic.
I copy.
What we really need is a full-length analysis on the holiday special, which I don't know. I don't think I've seen you cover that.
Let's go.
Like an hour-long breakdown of why each scene in the holiday special is the best.
Reporting. Command received. Right away.
Cover.
My roommate and I are going to be doing a full watch-through of the Clone Wars animated series and like the later one, not the earlier one. Maybe the early one later, but we're going to do episode recaps. So if you want to steal that idea, then you could also do that.
Copy. Keep going.
Yes, sir. Let's move out.
Course plotted.
Let's go. Keep going. This way. Over there. Engines activated.
Adjusting navicomputer. Enemy forces ahead.
Receiving orders.
Advancing.
Yes, Commander. Ready. Lancet standing by. As you wish.
Secured and abandoned heavy vehicle factory.
Squadron moving out.
Could do a video on
Lancet proceeding.
some of the parts that were used to make some of the weapons and models in Star Wars. That might be a little bit out of universe for what you're usually doing. Like there was a Rogue One video where the design team showed off some, like, this is when they were doing the 3D art for Rogue One, some of the original, like, plastic model pieces from different car parts that they had originally used with the ESB or Return of the Jedi ones.
Ready. Keep going. This way. I've got him in my sight.
Bombing run available.
Comlink active. Heading out.
I copy.
All right.
Scouting area.
March of the ATPTs.
Let's go. Right away.
Roger that.
Reporting. Yes, sir. Moving out.
1 month. Destination ahead. Let's move out. Let's go.
Yes, Commander. Fire!
See, Valerie, you rejoin a mod and suddenly you're not allowed to have other interests.
Attacking target.
Awaiting orders. Keep going.
Ready.
Because anything else you decide to do takes away from the time you could be working on the mod, and that is not allowed.
Yes, sir. Heading out.
I copy. This way.
Scouting.
Over there.
Scouting area.
Unit
Engines
destroyed.
activated. Fire at will.
Unit destroyed.
Cut through them. Receiving orders.
Let's go.
Unit destroyed.
As you wish.
Wow, their sticky bombs actually stuck to
Moving
the
out.
strike breaker. I didn't think they could do that.
Command received.
T2B over.
Yes, sir. Moving out.
Advance.
Heading out. Destination ahead.
Forward.
Blast them out. Let's move out.
Right away.
Let's go. Keep going. Fire. This way. Engaging.
Charge.
Right.
I have the target.
Oh, I rescaled that in the main build, but
Commencing bombing
I always forget how big that is.
Commencing.
Receiving orders. Heading for attack position.
Reinforcement point
As you wish.
contested.
Attack. Fire. Open fire. Squadron moving out.
Oh no!
Destroyed.
Alright, where are the rest of these little guys?
Reinforcements
These are
cancelled.
arrow interceptors.
Unit capacity.
Standing by. Scouting location.
You either really want stuff to work together or you want to be French.
Ground target locked. Executing flyby.
Soldiers of the ground unite.
Copy. En route. Moving to coordinates. Ready for attack.
Unit destroyed.
Okay.
Destroyed.
Well, that's what I get for not looking at
Yes,
stuff.
Commander. Lancet proceeding.
Well, you're flying back at it. I don't
Unit destroyed.
I don't care. I told you to leave, you didn't. This is your fault.
T2B, copy. I copy.
Point contested.
Ready. Attack the target.
Bombing run available.
Yeah, the
Lancet standing
some
by.
of the mid 90s CSA stuff really
Initiate bombing run.
was just real world.
System conquered.
Okay. This.
Squadron moving out.
Tactical
Maybe,
battle
Frank.
imminent.
How's it going? Alright, let's kill Pelion. Killad Pelion.
We've located the enemy.
Killad Gilad. Gilad dead guy. This really degenerated over the last minute or so. I'm not too bad.
Choose your
I'm
reinforcements.
mostly exhausted, but doing alright. Please don't shoot me. We got 2 Bulwark Mark 3s. I'm so not used to seeing more than one of a unit type in this playthrough.
Reinforcements en route. Reinforcements en route. Reinforcements
Oh
en
yeah, I
route.
bought a Quasar at one point. Get some
Reinforcements
anti-fighter in
en
here.
route.
There goes Aunties.
Reinforcements en route.
Right away. Awaiting command. Weapons online. Have a torpedo.
Hey, it's a nice junk pile. That junk pile is necessary for galactic domination.
Locking on.
Our target priority is the laser cannons. The lasers are our target.
I've made the Steam screenshot button silent now after the
Roger.
fiasco with the Fall of the Republic news post.
Ready for action.
No, Pelion's always had different icons depending on his rank. So the icon as leader of the Empire in Chimera, as well as in when he has Reaper, Those should both be his Grand Admiral picture. But when he is earlier on, he's got like the captain picture.
Our target
I think he's the only character we do that with too.
I'm under attack.
No, this is the Dreadnought here is Ardax. Pelion died.
lasers are our
He was in the
target.
ISD.
Our target priority
Yeah,
is
Strix.
the laser cannons.
Thanks for coming out.
I'm hit. I'm losing.
And that just sounded really Canadian.
They've got us targeted.
Oh well.
How about a little help?
Thanks for coming out there, eh?
Can anyone else see him?
Right, we're gonna do this up there, right there, bud.
Where are you? Awaiting your command. Gosh, Commander. I can't take another hit like that. Empire. Target locked.
What GC does Pelion get the 13X? I don't remember. He's supposed to get it in more than he currently does, but we had to really simplify some of the story scripting. So the stuff where he's supposed to show up for Maldruid is going to be a thing. Ha! You idiots! You tried to... What do you imagine the Megador to be?
There they are.
Well, ideally, if we had all the resources in the world, we'd be portraying them as a Bellator and a Mandator 3, so that they'd be similar and related but different.
Send the coordinates. Starting attack position. Gaining on the enemy.
So in the mod, they're probably going to end up being a Bellator for Dominion, and Megador will be a Mandator 2, since we're only making the Mandator 2 for Fall of the Republic.
Squadron here. Changing course.
Or I guess we could just scale that up and call it a Mandator 3.
Ready to blow something up. So many targets, so little time.
Ties reporting in.
Alright, we're going to be able to just shred this Executor.
Choose your reinforcements.
Cannons armed. Attacking.
Well, they said it with a lot of carriers, so maybe not. Got ourselves a Crimson Command here. Yeah, I don't think the Incredible Hulk's going to be added.
Someone cover me.
Awesome creation, unfortunately.
Weapons ready. Standing by. Yes, sir.
I don't know if the world's ready for
Got
that.
fighters on me.
Roger that. The lasers are our target. At your command.
Ready for command, sir. Die squadron standing by.
You didn't remember? Eh. I kind of wish that Essential Guide to Warfare had
Attack that target.
made it explicit, or even in just the end notes that Jason Fry did. That would have been very helpful.
Get moving. I spotted them.
Alright, engines are down on this guy.
The lasers are our target.
I'm on them.
Our target
Oh,
priority
we got our
is the
Venators
laser
coming in
cannons.
here too.
Ready for duty.
Target
I
locked.
copy.
Okay, let's get the Bulwarks to focus these Venators as they come in. Just the Bulwark 1s, not the Bulwark 3s. I want them to go after, or that Bulwark to go after the Executor here. Annihilator. Annihilator.
Excellent shot.
Our shields are down. Our primary engine system is down.
I got one.
Locking on. Coming around.
I've got them in my sight.
Yay, pathfinding.
Coming back around for another run.
Getting a lock.
Who's working on a carrier supplement?
Get over here and help. Enemies in range.
That would have been helpful. Who is that?
Awaiting orders. primary target is those ion cannons.
So like they were making
The
the
lasers are our target.
uh,
Frigate reporting.
stats and stuff for it, or they were making
Roger that.
actual depictions of them.
I'm under attack. I'm hit.
Target locked.
People distance themselves to relieve something or relive something.
Eliminating target.
Oh, Evil Jedi was?
Ready for battle.
They've got us
The
targeted.
lasers are our
How about a
target.
little help?
Form up. Direct fire.
So that wouldn't have been in an official capacity then, right? That would have just been
Awaiting orders.
their own thing. Because Evil Jedi did a lot with
Our target
anyone else
priority
see him?
is the laser.
some other stuff. Like he did a bunch of different Corellian ships that
The lasers are our
that get
target.
used in a lot of EAW mods. He also did a lot of there's some stuff like he did the Togco battle cruiser and called it the Praetor. So because he free released all his all of his models, most Empire War mods have that as the Praetor, and therefore most people who play Empire War think that is the Praetor.
The lasers are
So
our target.
sometimes that causes issues.
Going for their lasers.
Coming back around for another run.
As long as it was official, that would have been cool.
I copy. Initiating attack. Our target priority
Choose your
is the laser.
reinforcements.
But yeah, I didn't know that was happening.
The lasers are our target.
Our launch bay has been destroyed.
Getting along.
When you said web supplement, I read that as weeb supplement at first. It's like,
Cannons are.
I'm getting torn apart. I can't take another hit like that.
Reporting.
I was really disappointed when they said that one of the original ideas with EGW had been to make the
Choose your reinforcements.
what was it?
Nowhere to reinforcements.
The MC-80B and the Republic Star Destroyer the same thing. I really wish that had happened. That would have made life a lot easier.
Take out the iron cannons. Weapons armed. Awaiting instruction. Our target priority is the laser cannon.
Time to go. Target those lasers.
Target those lasers.
Go after the stragglers.
Yes, Commander. Shield generator is lost.
Acquiring target.
This is the first SSD we fought in this stream, right? I think. Yeah, because we saw Dala, we didn't fight Dala. So Nighthammer is still out there.
Our lasers are inoperable.
Eliminating target.
So there's still.
Around.
The PA still has a Bellator up on
Lasers are our target.
whatever it's called. Was it Generis? I don't think it was Generis. It may have been Generis. We know they also still have Cisco.
Our target priority is the
The
laser.
Vengeance, whatever the planet is over in the west-ish area.
Choose your reinforcements. Reinforcements en route.
The Greater Maldrude, I think, has two Bellators
The
themselves.
lasers are our target.
Okay, we need to get these fighters taken care of.
Skip Ray reporting.
I might even say, yeah, let's use the skip rays against them.
Skip Ray blast boat here.
Ready? We're in attack position.
I got fighters on me.
They still have Lucenkia and Viscount, the New Republic does,
Primary
yeah.
target is those iron cannons.
Ariadu, I think, is SSD free.
Take out the iron cannons.
Unless there's one at those two planets. Well, they'd have to be at those two planets because there's no other planet for them to have anything in. But
target priority is the laser cannons.
Excellent shot. I got that.
They refer to the Trident as smaller? Did they really?
Stay in formation.
I thought it was
I'm hit.
larger than that. Huh.
Get behind them.
There was a lot of weird size stuff with some of the later NR stuff, like how the Viscount prototype, or how the Viscount originally was
Have them now.
so much smaller, and then that was just called a
The
prototype, and
lasers are our target.
they had the other larger ones.
I'm in a
Our
tight
target
spot.
priority is the laser cannons.
All the designs from Kraken's threat dossier were just
Weapons charged.
garbage.
Going for their lasers.
So RSD's with that, but RSD is probably, even if the RSD did stay canon, if it was shown anywhere else, it probably wouldn't look how that design looks in Kraken's threat dossier. The Nebula and Endurance are the closest you get to something looking like it did in that book,
Your reinforcements.
and even those change relatively significantly.
They've got us targeted.
Doesn't seem like I've been following TR this long.
Thanks, Helen.
Send the coordinates. Ready to blow something up. Target.
This is the Corporate Sector Authority, Matthew. It's the new playable faction in 2.3. They're basically
Target those
they're
lasers.
really a small faction in the northeast corner of the galaxy. They're mostly in like some RPG source books, but they have a lot of like old Clone Wars assets that they bought up the surplus of, plus some of their own like riot police people. We lost a Mark 1 bulwark and a Lucre Hulk, but we took down that SSD.
Construction complete.
Cruiser reporting.
Jindine fleet is good to go into Commodore. So yeah, Abregado Ray is the one that has Cisco on it.
Beginning construction. Tactical battle imminent.
Oh, look at that. I might actually build the reveal all structure after this, just so we can see what's out there. Unless people strongly
The enemy is approaching.
oppose that. Or I'll leave it up to you guys. Are Lucre Hulks able to capture it? I'm pretty sure you can't board Lucre Hulks in the mod.
Choose your reinforcements.
The limit was supposed to be 2,200 meters. I think there was one exception to that, but I don't think it was Lucre Hulks.
Reinforcements en route.
Or it may have been,
Reinforcements en
but
route.
it's since changed if that was the case.
Reinforcements en route.
So the reveal all structure, for anyone who doesn't know, it
Reinforcements.
reveals everything on the galactic map, so we could see what's going on at each planet. We'd see where all the forces are. We'd see what's going on. I figure because we're close enough to the end of the GC, we can just kind of
How about a little help?
Reinforcements en route.
look at it out of curiosity, if nothing else.
Can anyone else see him?
We can release a Thrawn's Revenge RPG game supplement. The Art of Thrawn's Revenge.
I can't take another hit like that.
Thrawn's Revenge graphic novel.
Cover me.
Thrawn's Revenge short animated film. Thrawn's Revenge long animated film. I mean, if Crit Roll can do that Kickstarter, and they got $8 million in a few days, I'm sure we could get like $30 in a week or something.
Moving the same grid coordinates, sir. Shoot him down! Get over here and help! I'm under attack! I'm hit! They've got us targeted. Where's the target? Where's our cover? How about a little help? Can anyone else see him?
Target priority is the laser cannons.
Taking fire. Where are you? Ah, I can't take another hit like that. Time to go. Open fire. Nowhere to run.
I'm so excited for the Legend of Vox Machina, though.
Someone cover me. I got fighters on me.
It's gonna be great.
Get over here and help. I'm under attack.
Primary target
Where'd
is
he come
reported.
from?
I don't get excited about much anymore,
I'm hit. They've got us targeted.
so I like that.
How about a little help? Can anyone else see him?
Making stuff has ruined stuff for me.
Where are you? I'm not paid enough for this. I can't take another hit.
The Quasar is available to CSA normally.
Someone cover
I didn't board one.
How about them?
They can't board.
I got fighters on me.
Alright, shields are almost down on most of these guys.
Stay out here. Locking on. I'm
Let's
under
do one more
attack.
pass on this one. I'm gonna keep the skip ray selected.
I'm running out of maneuvers. They've got us targeted. Attack.
We'll go over to this one.
I'm losing
The
my engine.
lasers are our target.
I'm getting torn
Our
apart.
target priority is the laser cannons.
How about a little help? I'm in a tight spot. Shoot him down. Can anyone else see him?
I mean, I enjoy stuff. I just don't get like,
Where's our cover?
oh my god, this thing is coming, and I can't wait.
Another hit like that. Someone cover me. The launch bay is gone. Where'd he come from? I got fighters on me. Get over here and help.
That wasn't supposed to be a trip to Depressamy Street or something.
Cruiser stepping by.
Fire for maximum
Choose
effect.
your reinforcements.
Weapons ready.
I'm not paid enough for this. I'm under attack. I can't stay out here. I'm hit.
The lasers are our target.
They've got us targeted.
This one is really helping.
How about a little help?
Shanador's Revenge is contributing
Can anyone else
untold
see him?
amounts to this battle.
Firing turbo releases.
I'm losing my engine.
Falling out of formation.
Sunny days blowing our
Cruiser ready.
ships away.
Our target priority is the laser cannons.
Some CSA.
I'm getting torn apart.
Can you tell me how to get to Depressamy Street?
The lasers
Can't
are our
take another
target.
hit like that. I've got them in my sights. Someone cover me. I'm in a tight spot. Going for their lasers.
Heavy cruiser stepping by.
I got fighters on me. Shoot them down.
Captain here.
Yeah, you are clearly facing the wrong direction for your weapons to actually shoot.
Getting a lock.
Where'd he
Yes,
come
sir.
from?
Eliminating target.
Coming about.
This is bad. Get over here and help. I'm under attack. I'm hit.
Our
They've got us
primary
targeted.
target is those iron
How
cannons.
about a little help? I'm not paid enough for this.
Target
Singing used to be a pretty big staple of the channel, so
Anyone else see him?
disabled. Standing
Where
by.
are you?
something you gotta live with.
Reinforcements.
I can't take another hit like that. I'm running out of maneuvers.
Yeah, these bombers would really mess us up. We need to change the
Getting
the
torn
logic for that a
apart.
bit. There's no way we're gonna be able to take out the Valaduja with this fleet.
I got fighters on me. Get over here and help.
We've
I'm
lost
under
our shield.
attack. I'm hit.
Well, right now, Bob, because it's just the original change that Pox and I made right now that's affecting stuff. These ships were in range to respond to our stuff rather than turn around and wait under the base.
Another hit like that.
These obviously
Someone
weren't,
cover me.
so we need to make
Got
some
fighters on me.
broader changes to that.
Dreadnought cruiser ready. Taking fire.
I'm in a tight spot.
Commander, they're hitting us.
Shoot him down. Get over here and help.
The missile launchers are the primary
So
target.
it's not necessarily the bomber logic that's keeping them back. It's the general EAW stupid defending logic.
The lasers are our target.
in my sights. Attack formation. Coming back around.
Getting a lock.
I don't know. I can't just do the Kermit voice now.
Fire the missile
when People are
commands.
demanding it. It has to be. It has to be organic. It has to really just come up on its own.
Go after the stragglers. Regroup for another attack. Skipway blast boat here.
Like your stomach contents after a long night of drinking.
Enemies in range. Our
Eliminating
target priority is the laser cannons.
Target locked. They're under attack.
The missile launchers are the primary target.
Armed and ready.
Taking fire.
Weapons charged. I'm hit. They've got us targeted.
Alright. What are we looking like with our engines on these guys? Pretty much everything still has an engine.
Can anyone else see him?
Form up.
Where are
This one won't because it's going to be gone entirely. What is this? It's a Bulwark 3 actually, so never mind, we're good.
you? He come from?
We can just stay forever. Forever.
Someone cover me. Attack formation. This is bad.
I'm up. Stay in formation.
Go after the stragglers. Active. Reporting. Excellent shot.
Get behind them.
Yes, sir. Moving out. I'm not paid enough for this.
Tell me about it.
I got fighters on me. Weapons online.
Okay. Now it's just a couple acclimators, a VSD. We got this.
I can't stay out here. Get over here and help. I'm under attack.
Choose your reinforcements.
I'm hit. They've got us targeted. How about a little help? I'm running out of maneuvers. Can anyone else see him? I'm losing my engine.
Form up. Location.
Okay, we've actually got a good amount of Gozanti still left. And by that I mean just these three.
Heading out. Yes, Commander.
There you go,
Getting
Eckhart.
torn apart.
All for you. Giant square back and round pointed front. Yeah, are you talking about the Lucrehawks? These are carriers as well.
Ready.
Or the Bulwarks, which are battle cruisers.
Ready for battle.
There was also a Dreadnought. The model for that was updated.
Copy.
Ready for action.
And maybe that was what you were talking
Open
about?
fire.
Okay, yeah, the MTC. Those are carriers too. A lot of carriers. It's basically what it is. They're supposed to be logistical vessels, but
Eyes reporting.
the AW only supports so much for that. So we use them as carriers. CSA as a faction, a lot of carriers is basically what it comes down to.
Ah, I can't take another hit like that. Someone cover me. I got fighters on me. I'm in a tight spot. Get over here and help.
Okay. No Lancers.
I'm under attack. Shoot him down. Where's our cover? I'm hit.
Still need to put the new Lancer model into Ascendancy.
Those torpedo launchers must be destroyed.
Orders.
Still need to do a lot with Ascendancy.
Ready to blow something up. Where'd he come from?
Unfortunately, the updates and stuff I had to do with the mods and channel have the EAW mods and channel have distracted me from that. But I'll be
I copy.
This is bad.
getting back to that soon. When the preview LPs for Fall of the Republic start, then Ascendancy can
Are our target.
go back to getting some more minor faction stuff done, because we still had to plan a lot of that too.
They're as good as gone.
That's always the big thing with Ascendancy, is trying to plan stuff. I really hope they do the workshop or whatever they're planning to do soon, because that'll just make life so much easier. Here, destroy the Lancer.
Falling out of formation.
I got fighters on me. Get over here and help.
Our target priority is the laser cannons. The lasers are our target.
Go after the stragglers.
Yeah, Cart, thanks for coming. I'll send you a message with the stuff for Sunday as well. And then you're free to stream it as well.
Target priority is the laser cannons.
I'm not paid enough for this.
The lasers are our target.
I'm hit. They've got us targeted. Ready for command, sir. How about a little help?
I want to go back to having community matches for 17, but the problem is that it's
Can anyone else see him?
Directing all fire.
for one thing, it has to be on a day where I know I have like 5 hours free
Where are
to
you?
stream.
I'm losing
And the
my
other
head.
thing is that it's so reliant on everyone's connection and PC being good, and there's a lot of people who, like, almost every time we do it, there's someone who will join, and then they desync with, or they drop within the first 5 minutes. So I might just have to like put in some kind of requirements for people's internet if they want to join, because it's otherwise it's just so unreliable, and it's not their fault, but it's also like they won't be able to play anyways. But it's also hard to enforce that, because you don't know until you're actually in the game what that's like. And then I can't just be like, okay, we're restarting the lobby and you're not allowed to join. We'll just wait for someone else.
Fighters on me.
So
Ready for battle. Let's move out. Skip Ray reporting.
the CSA does have Z95s, but they aren't the bombers. They're just the shitty
Fire the missile.
Skip Ray blast boat here.
basic fighter
Going
for the
their
faction.
lasers. Fire
Or
at
one of
will.
them. Mankvims are also that. Yeah, this is the MTC.
Reporting in.
It's what Awesome Creation linked to, and what Bob is talking about as well. But there's the connection. There's also the CPU, where what should be like a 20-minute game turned into a 7-hour game just because people's CPUs can't keep up.
The lasers are our target.
I'm actually supposed to be recording some Sins tomorrow night with Gull, and possibly a few other people.
We are victorious.
Alright, we lost 2 Dreadnoughts, Crates Honored, Please Don't Shoot Me, Quasar Fire, and Unrepentant. Right, ground forces coming in. You guys can sort of just stay there. One of the Lancers must have sneakily retreated.
Tactical battle imminent.
Armor ready.
Alright, we have enough stuff here that we should be able to just rush them for this. Because again, the AI doesn't take into account those properly.
The enemy has been spotted. Cannons charged.
The biggest problem we're currently having with Fall of the Republic, which is one of the biggest things stopping me from being able to
Course plotted.
get that going, is that the AI, for whatever reason, doesn't recognize that they actually have units. So we gotta figure that out.
Target in range.
Means probably a lot of us sitting in the debug build.
Opening
Base
fire.
under attack.
Attack.
Okay, we just have to hopefully not get bombing ran.
Open fire.
Unit destroyed.
Have a computer.
Right away.
We'll just get nuked like that.
Attack that target.
I'm not sure what mod we're playing. It might be Dawn of the Reapers. I'll have to check the messages again. There were 2 things that he wanted to do. There was an STA 3 game we were going to do, and then I think the other one was Dawn of the Reapers. And I think tomorrow night is the Dawn of the Reapers one.
Unit destroyed.
But I think there were supposed to be other people involved in something, so I have to check again to be sure.
Advance! Ready to go. Fall out. Ready to roll.
Order
Okay,
acknowledged.
one of you's gonna go down there.
Roger that. Forward! Right away. Heading out. Moving out. Fall out.
Unit
Heading
destroyed.
out. Form up.
They're coming.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, they're missing.
Awaiting orders. Let's move out.
The enemy has been defeated.
Let's check our charts again. Empire's at 21 planets, 30%. New Republic at 6 planets, 13. PA at 4 planets, 11%. Eldred at 4 planets, 7%. Raido at 2 planets, 5%. So, well, let's send these guys into Darkon. And then we'll go into Generis. So it is Generis that has the
Adjusting course.
that other stuff.
Tactical battle imminent. Enlisting troops.
That's nothing. It's Vindicator's the biggest thing there. So Luke Hulk to that. As if.
On the move.
You're streaming The Sims match or just recording? That's up to Gull. I think he just wants to do it as a recorded series. Not a stream series. It's his party, so I'm gonna let him determine that. I'd be okay with recording rather than streaming anyways, just because then I'll have more videos for next week that aren't just a bunch of EAW like it's been for the last few days, or the last probably 2 weeks. And because I've also got to get the Stellaris videos recorded again. We're getting ready for the launch of the channel, or I'm getting ready for the launch of the channel next week, so that'll give me more time to work on that. So I'm okay with any of that.
Active. Right.
There were so many fighters here. Have there been any changes to the Viscount of the... Well, there's been changes to everything to some extent, so yes.
Fire at will.
Movement's being changed for everything. Scale has changed for a lot of stuff. Positioning, like vertical positioning, has changed a lot. It's Austin. Welcome to the channel. This is Thrawn's Revenge. I'm doing a preview of the upcoming version of it. So, this is the continuation of a series that's been going on my YouTube channel for quite some time. We're in the end game stages right now, showing off the new playable faction, which is the Corporate Sector Authority. And this is probably the most fighters we're ever going to see in a fucking battle. So... Well, we can't really fix pathfinding. That's EAW. But with the lines that show what units are going to do, that helps with the more differentiated Z layers. That helps a little bit too. But it, like, you're never going to have good pathfinding with an SSD in Empire at War.
Going for their lasers. They're coming in quick. They've got us targeted.
There is a Galactic Conquest map like that. Celestine, it's called From the Ground Up, but the one we're doing right now is an air progressive one where it covers galactic history from right after the Battle of Endor to the start of the Yuzon Vong War.
Target those
So Era 4, which we're in right now, is about 12 ABY.
reporting.
But yeah, so there's about 20 different Galactic Conquest maps in the mod. So each faction does have one of the ones you're talking about where You can start with nothing and then work up to full galaxy.
Ready for action. I can't stay out here. I can't take another hit like that. Someone cover me. I got fighters on me.
Then we're pathing around
I'm
this
running out of maneuvers.
lovely rock.
I'm losing my engine. Get
There
over
is one other thing we're going to be doing to try to improve pathfinding, which should have a little bit of an effect, but it's never something I really want to sell people on because it's always going to be Empire at War, so there's always going to be pathfinding issues. So any minor improvements we do make, I usually don't even bother mentioning them too much because they're only going to go so far. Where'd you go back? So yeah, the version that I'm playing is a preview for the upcoming one, but there is the 2.2 version that we released last year. It's on the Steam Workshop. It's also on Mod Database. We usually recommend that people get the Steam version, so if you have the Steam version of Empire at War, you can look on the Steam Workshop for that. You just search Thrawn's Revenge, or if you look in the most subscribed section, it'll be in there. It kind of sounded like a weird flex, but it wasn't. It's just the easiest way to find the mod.
Our target priority
Oh, what the
is
hell.
laser cannon.
We're very popular.
Roger that. Direct fire at their laser cannons. The lasers are our target.
Intercepting.
Can anyone else see him?
I do need to set up some kind of chat bot at some point,
Commander,
but
we're hitting
I do not have like a night bot or anything.
Our target
the moment.
priority is the laser cannons. The lasers are our target.
Get behind them.
Let's get moving. Where's the target?
Do we have anything else? Is there still a... Yeah, there's still a Bulwark 3.
I can't.
I really need to get those icons done.
Target priority is the laser
Someone
cannons.
cover me.
I'm gonna get them all done before starting the Fall of the Republic one, but...
Falling out of formation.
Where'd he come from? I got fighters on me.
Eliminating target.
Well, there's a fuck ton of fighters on screen right now, Celestine, like more than you'd normally have. That's where any FPS drop is coming from at the moment.
Draw their fire.
I'm hit.
Attack formation.
Because this is like a pure carrier fleet coming from both sides.
Firing.
On factions that have like quantity over quality fighters, so
Time to go.
usually you wouldn't have this many.
I'm not paid enough for this.
For another attack.
How about a little help?
We're also changing the amount of fighters to be more in reserve, less up front, so that you don't have as many of them at the same time. Plus, we're killing a bunch of them, then they're sending in more ships that are just spawning their complements and then dying, so another one can jump in. There's like 13 Venators,
How about some action?
so that's not helping either.
More enemy craft.
Oh yeah, I forgot to build the Reveal All building. So
Fire on the shield generator.
someone wants to remind me after this battle,
Can't stay
because
out
I
here.
guarantee I'll forget again, and that'll probably be the end of the stream.
I'm on them.
There, you can play Skirmish online. There is a Galactic Conquest multiplayer map, but multiplayer in Empire at War is not especially moddable, so we had to remove most of the actual features of the mod,
Order confirmed.
most of the interesting stuff, and see, like, you can only do one player versus one player.
Target priority is the
As
laser
AI battles get auto-resolved, and there's no way to allow more than 2 people.
Opening fire on
So
the torpedo launchers.
I don't, and it's multiplayer like GC and EAW is not especially stable either, unfortunately. So there's only so much the mods can do with it, anyways.
Where'd he go?
out of
Those
maneuvers.
torpedo launchers must be destroyed.
Choose your reinforcements.
There's another vendor.
I got fighters
2
on me.
more.
Get over here and help.
I almost want to retreat just so we don't have to deal with
I'm losing my engine.
all the fighters from the last ones while still trying to destroy the new
Under
ones.
attack.
Unless they decide to retreat themselves.
The lasers
I'm
are our
hit.
target.
I'm getting torn apart.
They're probably going to be down to significantly less of the galactic military percent after this, though.
I'm in a tight spot.
See you, Michael.
Target locked. Shoot him down.
I'm probably not going to be going for too much longer anyways.
Direct fire.
I'm definitely not recording a 3rd episode tonight,
Target priority is the laser.
and we're at 50 minutes in this one, so...
Taking fire. Commander, they're hitting
Where
us.
are you? I've got them in my sights.
I've still got to
Another hit like
finish
that.
redoing my room after the desk thing.
Where's our cover? Where'd he go? Where'd he come from? Someone cover me! This is bad.
Destroy
I'm not
the
paying
engines.
enough for this.
The
I can't
lasers are
stay
our
out
target.
here.
Our target priority is the laser cannons.
Falling out of formation.
I got
Awaiting
fires
orders.
on me. Coming back around for another run.
No, you guys can turn around and you can shoot them. You're anti-fighter. There's 27 squadrons of you. You're running from 3 squadrons of fighters. That's where all of our fighters went, I guess.
Lasers are our target.
Get over here and help.
Our target priority is the laser cannons.
Intercepting.
What's with all this sitting around?
Choose your
Okay, when this Lucre Hulk is down, we're going to be able to bring in a bulwark, I think. Still a couple hard points left on that. Okay, you guys come over and hit those.
Copy. Direct all fire on the shield generator. The lasers are our target.
I'm under attack. I'm running out of maneuvers.
Our target priority is the laser cannons.
I'm hit.
The lasers are our target.
Choose your reinforcements. I'm on them.
I'll just drop this over here because there's the 4 of them right there. We see more names. So Jord already put a lot of names in for each ship. The problem is that the game only selects so many.
I'm losing my engine.
The shield arm holding.
We got 4 different ones there.
I copy.
But like the ISD one, the ISD list is almost 20 ships long, or 20 names long.
Primary engine system
You'll
is
probably
down.
only ever see like 5 or 6 of them.
They've got us targeted.
Our launch bay has been
How about a
destroyed.
little help? I'm getting torn apart. TIE squadron here. Changing course to intercept.
Alright, they're starting to retreat some of the individual units.
Skip Ray reporting. Moving out.
There's just these 3 vendors left, and then that MTC, I think.
Skip Ray blast boat here. Enemies in range. Can anyone else see him?
The lasers are our target.
Alright, let's hit this last vendor.
Reported.
We'll probably have to build a couple more units afterwards.
Awaiting instruction.
I'm in a tight spot. Armed and ready. They're all ours. Where are you?
Our target priority is the laser cannons.
Taking fire.
The lasers are our target.
I can't take another hit like that.
We are victorious.
Yay! Okay, we lost 2 alcoholics, but we killed all that stuff. So we'll build the reveal structure.
Reporting.
So basically, this is something that's not in the actual mod. It's just a structure we use while testing. It's a 1-credit structure that shows off everything in the galaxy. We can watch the AI with it. And I'm just kind of curious what they're using, because we're in the last stage of the GC here. So it'll be helpful to see what's going on everywhere. Oh, they kill... No, they didn't kill Vengeance. So Cisco's here with the Vengeance. Still, they have 2 HV guns with it, so that's going to be a really quick recharge. Possibly a Valaduja as well. Dallas hanging out over Coruscant with Nighthammer. There's a pretty big stack of Imperials over here, too. And this will also help us know if we're gonna... Yeah, this... See, this is like a definite auto-resolve.
Invasion commencing.
Because there's mostly infrastructure there.
Conquered. Building under construction.
Garmbel Iblis is here. Where's the Viscount, though? Unless the Viscount died somewhere. Isn't impossible. No, the Viscount's here with Lusankia. Yeah, Meldrud has a Bellator here and a Bellator here. The PA still has a Bellator up here with a lot of carriers and an HV gun. Yeah, the Mandalorians were pretty small. They start out with Mandalore and the GC, and they have 1 planet, so they don't last long. Deepens. What's Aridu looking like? So they've got 2 decent fleets on these planets. Yeah, that's what our enemies look like right now. Oh, not the Maw. Not too much there. Past. Any reason the Mandalorians are still their own faction? Get into there. So. Well, it's not bribing me. It's us having enough artists. That's the important part. But anyways, we're about to hit an hour with this episode, so I think we're going to call it there. We'll probably have 1 more stream, maybe 2. That'll be on Monday for the first one, then Thursday if we need it for the second, where we're just going to deal with all this stuff in the core. And yeah, so a lot of SSDs for us to kill. Thank you so much for watching tonight, everyone who watched the stream. Thank you for watching everyone on YouTube as well. I guess I'll be on the Discord for next little while I'm cleaning my room, basically, because all my stuff is out of where it was with my desk being gone and emptying out that cabinet. So I'm going to be awake for a while. Anyways, thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.